For instance, the fact that the info.txt is missing. We're off to a good start here, mate. Come on, M7, you know better than this. It's okay though. He labeled them. You're too good. No, it's not there. I'm looking right at it, boy. I don't want to open Game 3's folder. Unless you put it in Game 3's folder, but that would just be silly. Anyhow. Hey everybody, and welcome back to Jaraci Cup 2. Anyway, gonna be a match here in the quarterfinals, which were the default feature of the stream. No, don't worry not, my child. You're like 10 years older than me. Gonna be continuing the quarterfinals now with a match between Shrike, who has changed his name as usual, to God Hates Gunships, which is that's just BM at this point. And his opponent gonna be God Hates Weebs, playing as the Soban up in the top. And I assume the picks went something like, I'm Soban, I'm Coalition. But I don't know, there's no info.txt document. And so, we do, however, know which map pick was whose. Game 1 going to be Shrike's map pick. Wait a second, that means Shrike is actually higher seeds. He would have declared faction first. Not terribly impactful, of course, we know both these players have a main, so it's not like they're going to be surprised by the picks from each other, but, you know. And by the way, you can see for the Coalition carry, these guys are not too close, actually. They can drop off without having to move at all. See that? But I think it's just because they come in oh, we got some spin moves going on for this guy. But yeah, I mean, we can definitely see, if they had come in like straight, they would be too close, but they come in laterally, right? So. Well, God Hates Weebs playing as the Soban as usual. I imagine we're gonna see the bomber strategy, but we'll just have to see. Of course, if you haven't seen any games from God Hates Weebs, what he likes to do quite a lot is that he'll go for tactical bombers pretty early. Come in with 2 of them, and he hits on one of the support cruisers. Whoa, whoa. And so he bombs it twice. Usually it dies, but if it doesn't, he's got LAVs on the field to kill it off. It can be very effective, but it's difficult for him to pull it off. He's still just a little new to the game, but I imagine with some time he could really perfect that strategy. However, many times he's gone for sort of a gunship style that does not really work, I don't think. And that would explain Shrike's username here. I would like to see him go for the, I'd like to see him go for the bomber play, but we'll see what he does. We'll see what he does. At any rate, it is going to be straight into fighter and gunship as we expected. Shrike going to be coming up here with the turret. He's actually setting one down already. I'm going to try to deny some long distance mining as he comes in with a big ball of LAVs here. So definitely some pretty early aggression from Shrike. And this is the kind of thing you can't do, you know, unless you can read your opponent, which I think we can all read God Hates Weebs at this point, kind of like a book, you know what I mean? But at least it shows Shrike is definitely cognizant of that fact. If your opponent was going support cruiser first, you wouldn't be able to do this, so. Yeah, does it have a change to gunships in it? Because in that case, he will be very excited. I remember we asked people after the, after JC1, I think, like, did you enjoy playing in the tournament, or would you have rather played in vanilla? And God Hates Weebs' comment was, I got to use gunships, it didn't suck, so I loved it. A couple of LAVs here are going to be slightly annoying for Shrike as well, but not going to have too much of an impact, and it is going to be a gunship. Oh! Dude, you're right. Yeah, so the thing is, in the patch for, like, Jaraci Cup 3 that we're going to play fairly soon now, the production upgrades are not locked behind tech. So normally you have to get AV tech or rail tech before you can get upgrade carrier production, but that's not true anymore. And so that means that he can go for fighter and gunship and also get the carrier production upgrade. He doesn't need to do both. Which is, yeah, because you can see he's teching AV fab. He might actually want it in this scenario because he's getting, anyway. He might actually just kind of need that because he is getting pushed by these whatchamacallits now. And you can see him focusing down that turret while he does. That's very good. No! God, it's Weebs, you are going the wrong way! The wrong way, my friend! You want to kill this turret and then get like this. Let's watch this gunship here. But anyway, yeah, he'd be able to get the tech with without getting a VFAB when he doesn't want it. Anyway, here's the problem, okay? So watch the salvagers. Watch Shrike split the salvagers. Watch him take them and split. Okay, there we go. Well, you know, he tried anyway. He tried, okay? My point is, if your opponent does split his salvagers properly, he's only gonna lose, I think, like 2 of them here. Well, he only actually lost 3, so it's not as bad as it looked to me at first, but I don't mean to be BM, by the way. It's just, you know. Anyway, if God Hates Weebs had spent like the same money getting strike fighters, he'd probably kill more. The gunship thing just doesn't really work, you know what I mean? The reason gunships can be good, I guess, in the early game, and by the way, this is kind of a forlorn attack. He wants to back away from this. Is because they are very difficult to kill, you know what I mean? But in the early stage here, when you don't have any anti-air out there, it's not like that really matters, right? Plus, if your opponent went for strike fighters by chance, you know you're going to be in some serious trouble. This is also pretty superb. Definitely going to want to back away from this one. Doesn't want to be taking that fight. Don't you love coalition turrets, man? Yeah, no, the thing is, he's got a gunship, right? So he should be able to deal with this. Back when it was under the targeting jammer, the gunship could have come out and hit the turret and taken it out. And then, after the turret was dead, he could also just spend the rest of his shots on the LAVs, and the AAVs could chase and probably kill the base burner. You'll notice, by the way, Shrike here, my boy, with double production on the, what do you call them, the strike fighters, right? And God Hates Weebs actually has another production slot, but not as much money because he doesn't have the long distance miners. So he's actually going to fall behind in the army count in that regard too. A little unlucky for Shrike, his strike fighters wanted to do something weird. But that's okay, I don't think he'll lose any salvagers here, and down goes the gunship. So, gunship's much more effective in patch than they are in vanilla, but that doesn't mean that they are necessarily good, right? They're good in the situations that they're meant to be used in, you know? Base runner will go down here, which is really good for God Hates Weebs, because that thing was giving him a lot of grief. Actually, where's Shrike's support cruiser? No, I guess he doesn't actually really need one, does he? He still has the advantage in air tech. He's got the salve, by the way, to be going up onto, like, getting some long distance miners, but at any rate, he is still winning, I would say, but it's not as conclusive, I suppose, as it could have been. He probably does want to just get a support cruiser at this point and expand up, but he might be saving up for it. You can see he's got some resources stacking up in the bank there, so. Well, that's a little awkward, too. This guy is out of range of the healing beam, so he's not actually getting healed. Always a little hard to tell where you need to be to get healed by the carrier. These LAVs here looks like going to go down as well. And they nearly take this guy with him. Grick. What a name, dude. Grick. Strike Fighter is going to launch now from Shrike. And yeah, I guess I would say this early game hasn't been as conclusive for either player as I expected. But it has been good still for Shrike. He needs to be careful here, though. This could all go very wrong now, because he sees the Strike Fighters, but he doesn't dodge. So he's probably not going to have the edge in this fight. Actually, he's doing okay. This is a little weird. I feel like God Hates Weebs Strike Fighters just kind of didn't want to do their job, so they're going to trade evenly there. But I don't know. That seemed a little odd to me, you know what I mean? Oh, wow. Good pickup from Shrike there, actually. He did damage, of course, to that salvager, but he couldn't kill it, but then this guy just kind of swooped up and took him out. I didn't even know he was alive. I think he just escaped from the AV earlier. That was good. That was good. A little bit of harassment going to come down here by these AVs, but that shouldn't be a problem. We do have strike fighters. We have the carrier for Shrike, so I mean he's gonna have the tools he needs to get this guy out of there. And another gunship. Oh boy, I don't know about that, my friend. I think it would be better for him to be getting like just strike fighters at this point, because if you haven't got the air control, I don't really think you're going to get much out of having that gunship. Strike Fighter's launching here now. They're gonna have a little field day. Of course, there's no no fighting back here. And these AVs I don't think will even really make it to the support cruiser, which is the target that they probably want to hit. Oh, it's got an idle salvager. Probably wants to assign that guy. But down goes the AV. No chance for damage to be done to Shrike's eco just yet. Oh yeah, I'm sure. Oh, I see what you mean. Oh, alright, right. Because your strike fighters keep theirs preoccupied, and then the AVs can come in there, do their damage, and the strike fighters can't be used as defense anymore. Although in this case, I think he just doesn't have the numbers even to do that, because Shrike could just allocate like 3 guys to attacking these, and then like the other guys to attacking the AVs, but that is still, yeah, that's a powerful idea. Wow. Well, the gunship is out, like I said. Again, I don't know what it's going to be able to do, but he's got it. I guess you can scout with it, kind of. No, that's a dumb idea. Because if it gets found by those strike fighters, it'll just die. Yeah, I mean, until he gets air superiority or some kind of anti-air, because then the gunship's being used defensively, which is bad. Good nobbin, dude. So yeah, I feel like that gunship is just kind of useless here, really. It's kind of just like locked in the hangar. Navigates deine Freunden, then, huh? I saw what you done wrote. X to doubt. Just kidding. God Hates Weebs actually taking that fight pretty nicely to start. This guy needs to dock. Dock, Ricard, dock! Ah! He's dead. But yeah, Shrike very bunched up there, and so he actually ate some missiles to the face, and the first volley killed 2 from Shrike and only 1 from God Hates Weebs. These missiles gonna want to be fired at the support cruiser, by the way, but that's alright. This missile is not meant for you. People keep inviting me to play DOK, dude. Get an MM key. I'm casting. I'm too busy playing the game to play the game. But yeah, Shrike just continuing to make more air units here now, but I think he actually probably needs to get his support cruiser up. Whoa, especially after a trade like that, you know that you just beat your opponent again in strike fighters. Like, eventually you've got to realize you just have such an advantage, he's not really able to compete there. So you don't need defense with air, really, and so you can kind of focus on just expanding your economy. But he is making railguns now, which could be pretty good as well. I'd actually like to see him get a base runner too, because I feel like he's definitely got a window to extract here. We got the strike fighters now. Gunship is gonna launch, but I mean, like I said, you know, we kind of know how that's gonna do. But they're actually a support cruiser anti-air coming out. Strike fighters kind of miss microing here, so they're allowing that gunship to live for way too long. In fact, it's gonna dock. It got out of there. What? I don't know, man. I don't even know how that happened, but the strike fighters should still kill off the support cruiser here. And he lost 1 strike fighter, looks like, to that base runner, but that's kind of okay. Oh, 1-on-1, you mean? Oh, nice. Not easy to beat Tom in a 1v1, you know what I mean? He's definitely a 3v3 player, but he's really not bad at 1v1 either. Oh, it is loaded with spice. The spice count is uncountable. It's a lot of spice. We do have tac bombers on the queue now for God Hates Weebs, which is nice to see because they're tac bombers. They're fun to watch. Musa, yapamamki. I cannot join thee. I'm sorry. You will have to commence the battle without me. Anyway, I just get these people who I don't even know when I friended them, and they're just like spamming me with invites, like while I'm at work or like while I'm casting. I'm just like, dude, chillax, man. I've got things to do. I got things to do. Like, look, okay, inviting me to a game of DOK is not a problem. It's just inviting me like 7 times that's the problem. But yeah, it's just kind of weird here though that Shrike has allowed God Hates Weebs to still be actually higher in base count than he is. But we have the gunship out there. 2 gunships, really? Aw. You said that's true, Shrike, but But just invite me once. But yeah, these double gunships here, actually, now they can start doing some serious damage to salvagers. Because the time to kill is literally halved, you know what I mean? Looks like they're gonna strike at the second here, and all the strike fighters are somewhere else right now. You know, killing a support cruiser, just nothing really too important. That is obviously a huge issue for God Hates Weebs, but at least he's got some company. Anyway, oh no. Oh no. Oh, look at this what God Hates Weebs is doing though. This is cool. He's actually going to triple extract here, and I think he can make it? I mean, that is a fair number of rails, but it's not like this is a Galician carrier with, like, no power, you know what I mean? Not to mention, he does have the gunships, right? So once that thing is done, like, recharging, he could also come out and, like, hit on these rails with it. Is it weird to you guys how I would say, like, hit on as if it's, like, they're dating? Wait a minute, he actually goes that way, not that way, so he's actually gonna... Okay, yeah, never mind. Good, good. Kind of trying to step on those railguns there, but they're... Yeah, I don't know if he will be able to do that, really, but... It's okay, though. He's still got quite a bit of health on here, so he can tank a few shots, you know what I mean? The gunship is ready to launch and just... Oh, well, you know, there's actually also strike fighter. Oh, no, look at that, an anti-air turret post and a support cruiser with anti-air. Okay, good, good. So the gunship can launch here. That's actually going to be successful. And Shrike is going to be able to... Oh, yeah, with Sunder, they only have 11 armor, don't they? I didn't think about that. Well, gunship is getting hit here, so he's definitely going to try to get that out of there. He won't, but he's going to kill a lot of support cruisers for his trouble, actually. The gunships do manage to take out all of the, whatchamacallits, the railguns. And a battle cruiser? What the heck? Where did this come from? And suddenly God Hates Weebs is making this look pretty spicy, but he's... Oh gosh, this guy's in the wrong place. So you need to get this guy out of here. Armor 3 is up, so the AV's not going to kill him. That's good. I'm feeling really bad about how low his carrier is. He definitely needs to get that out of there, but power is coming in there from those... Oh my gosh, he's like 2 shots away from dying. You're in the wrong place, man. You're in the wrong place. Wrong location. Bad place. Carrier's stuck. Yeah, maybe. This guy's definitely in the wrong place. Oh my gosh. Just trusting that this carrier is going to survive, that is very risky. This BC can be problems, but it will die eventually. Oh my gosh. Nice kill. No, he doesn't. Oh, that's game over, man. That's game over, man. I think, right? I think he's got to die here. There is an anti-air turret post. What's happening? What's happening? No! The thing had like 30 health, are you kidding? What happened? Why did the strike fighters circle around like that? I'm... Oh no, you can't do this, Shrike. It's not gonna work. Yeah, I know that's what you're going for, but he's gonna have so much health by the time you get there. Not to mention he's actually on like 70 armor right now. Oh my gosh, I'm dying, guys. I'm not. Oh no. Oh no. This battle cruiser's still alive, what the heck? It's probably no, it's gonna live. Oh my gosh. Yeah, he's Mate, where are you going, mate? Oh, that's gonna be game for Shrike. God Hates Weebs is gonna take it. We search for greener pastures. In fact, If God Hates Weebs wants to, he can just power up the ALMs and kill you here, right? Yeah, right? I mean, who would ever do that? Oh, no. Shrike, you asked me not to judge you, but I can't do it. I'm sorry. I didn't even see that. Why aren't you making anything? And power 5s. Oh, and it's a microwave emitter too. Oh gosh. Oh my glottis. Too much laughing. Oh. Don't worry, it's a best of 3 series. You'll be fine, right? That was one thing that was a serious problem in Car Cup 1, by the way. Is that you played one game with every other competitor, and so like if it was between you and one other guy to win this win the tournament, like you had to beat him. It was a best of 1, and you had to win, or else you just couldn't win the tournament. Kind of silly, you know what I mean? Best of 3s are definitely better, but group stage is even better too, because then you get an idea of like how people are playing before the match. These guys are so, you know, they can come back, you know. Oh no, yeah, I mean. Answer, they do actually, or at least often. God Hates Gunships. Shrike did it this game. Kind of. I mean, he got Strike Fighters really early and killed off the gunship when it came out the first time. I mean, make no mistake, God Hates Shrike definitely should have won this. Yeah, Maze definitely should have won this game. So, because he had the right startup for it. No, I've had games like there was one he played with me on Kartoba or something because it was a big map that was good for air. So I was like, well. Yeah, it'll go to time, just wait. But yeah, I know, like, it was on Kartoba, so it's a really big map, so I just, like, boomed up to 2 base and then got interceptors, and then he launched, like, 3 bombers or something, and I just killed all of them while they were on the way to my base, and he's like, well. But yeah, I mean, I mentioned earlier in the game, he's kind of reading him like a book, you know what I mean? Like, he did a build here, it wasn't an anti-air rush, but I mean, it was, well, they do, Roby. This has only been like 22 minutes. But yeah, he did a build that really only would have worked if his opponent was doing exactly this strategy. So I mean, he definitely read him. He knew what he was doing. Oh, you know, I bet, in RM, you mean? I bet these base runners could have survived that, or survived. They probably could have saved that extraction. Using the targeting gem, right? I know the base runner, the battle cruiser just here. He's still very healthy. In fact, there's 2 of them now. Oh, Shrike, are you gonna play this one out? He's salty. He's getting triggered. These guys have Sunder, by the way, but it's not on the tooltip. I always find that a bit interesting. I think the Saban player, yeah, he has battle cruisers without having rail fab. Explain that, would you? Anyway, Shrike, gonna choose that moment to GG out, so. What a game, man. I'm not gonna lie, by the way, Shrike definitely would be expected to 2-0 God Hates Weebs, but... hey, we've seen bigger upsets already, so... Me too, me too. He had his opponent down to 40 HP. 40. I mean, that's like... not much. If he didn't have the power in the armor, he would have died there. I mean, that was... Well, you're right, yeah. Hold up, let me check the thing. Check what group stage C was like. D, you're in group stage D, huh? Maze, check your deck Procyon, Dr. Dooms. Yeah. I mean, it was not really very hard for you, was it? No, I get the feeling. Of course you do, Roby. Everyone does. Even people who haven't played the game have to return to the DOK scene. But yeah, I'm just gonna say, A-Game is always looking for practice, for testing on his mod, right? Let's play a bunch of games with him, you know? And that's an awesome way to get better, too. In fact, what are you watching my stupid stream for? Just go play games with A-Game. Map can be tight end passage now. This one is God Hates Weebs map pick. Who is in fact going to be picking the next 2 maps for the series, which gives him the slight edge, I guess you could say. This map, I think, makes a lot of sense for him, because if he's going to rely on the air units, he doesn't want He doesn't want stuff slipping in on the sides, you know what I mean? And this is a map that's very narrow at the same time as being long, right? It's kind of like... sometimes, but I mean, once you start, like, being able to beat him, it's like, wow, I'm actually good at this game. At least that's kind of my experience. By the way, everyone who's gonna watch this video, just play games with people who are better than you. It's okay to lose, you know what I mean? That's like... Especially because most of the... Like, almost everyone in the game right now who is, like, very good, they're also very nice people, you know what I mean? Like Descara or A-Game or Tomcat or Catharsis or whatever, or me. Like, if you play games with us, we're not gonna be like, oh, such noob, get out of my server, you know, like, we'll tell you, you know, tips on how to get better and stuff like that. We're a very non-toxic community, which is quite nice. And so, oh yeah, I will destroy you. No, in the game I will, because I don't want to get bad practice, but the thing is, that's the thing, you get to play against, you know, very good builds, and you get me telling you, like, what you need to do to play against them. Now, at the same time, you do need to play against people at your level too, so that you can, like, not just get stomped all day. But playing against the best is actually a really good way to get better, because we will give you tips. Like, we know kind of what we're doing, and we'll help you learn, so... Don't be afraid, we don't bite too much. Or pick Torngrade. Yeah, but I usually play, like, all 7 maps, just kind of in a rotation. Although, I was playing with Orbnet, by the way. Super good player. Like, this guy, I've never heard of him before. I think he's new, right? Maybe he played, like, around launch or something. But he's, like, he's doing, like, Garm-style LAV plays, and he's, like, good at it. Like, he actually beat me in one game, but I kind of choked in that one. I just, like, threw away in a production cruiser on accident. A little sloppy with the probe there, by the way. It does get taken down by the base burner. But yeah, this guy is, like, surprisingly good. You guys should all play with him if you get some time to. I'm always looking for new good players. That's one reason I was really stoked that Hayani joined Kara Cup 13, because he was actually quite good, but then he didn't play a single game, so... What you gonna do? There was money on the line, and there was $100 on the line. Peter, Deda, or God Hates Weebs, huh? I don't know. I feel like if you want to say that, like, one style rush maps are, like, trolling, then, like, Sparrow is a troll, except he's also, you know, one of the best players in the game, you know what I mean? So, like, I'm not sure you can really say that, necessarily. Very rarely. He started doing 1 PC because I was wrecking him with 2, but I mean, that was just an adaptation. He literally, like, if you watch in the Artifact Cups and, like, in the times he's played in the Kara Cups, like, you can count on your fingers the number, or the best of 7 with A-Game Inks too. You can count, like, on your fingers the number of times that he hasn't gone 2 PC rails. It's like, or 2 PC something anyway. Sometimes he does go soul chip, but it's extremely rare that he does something different. Yeah. You lost, didn't you? Or did you win it? You choked! I remember you were doing well in the beginning, weren't you? Like, did you actually get to 3? Oh, look at that. Someone knows what he's doing. Although, actually, he kind of doesn't know what he's doing at the same time because he's, like, too far behind. You want to power up the healing here for sure. Is he gonna lose a salvager or no? Yeah, it looks like he will. Oh, yeah. God Hates Weebs is gonna get away with it. How does he do this, man? Like, I swear, he just like doesn't lose. I don't know, like, his units. I don't know how he does it. You know what I mean? He's just like a freaking magician. Well, I don't know, Roby. It happens every time. Like, I always feel like he's getting lucky, and yet he does it again the next time, you know what I mean? It's true, though. Shrike did misplay that one, because these guys could have stuck back on the main. He didn't need the A out. Yeah, exactly. He didn't need that out on the field. He could have just had it there. Yeah, no, I know what you mean, though, A-Game. But if I remember correctly, in, like, Game 4 or something, Sparrow does does 1 PC out into the middle and then backs up to go Refinery or something like that. Like, he mixes it up. I think that's probably what got you, because he thought, oh, he is doing different things now, and then he, like, for the whole rest of the series, you were, like, questioning whether or not he was gonna... questioning whether or not he was going to do something new. I don't know. You can definitely enlighten us on that. You're the one who played it after all. We have a Sport Cruiser coming out now for God Hates Shrike. For Shrike. Man, I don't know. Every time I see like a name written down there, I just have to say it. I can't say what his name actually is. It's weird. It's too easy to play with me like this. I'm weak. I'm weak-minded. I don't know, I think I only ever watched it once, and that was probably like almost a year ago now, so that I probably wouldn't know. Yeah, exactly. It was a long time ago. But what I do remember though is that back in the oh, it was way more than a year ago was when I got back from like Turkey and Germany. So I mean that was like 3 years ago. Yeah, that was a long time ago. Yeah. But no, so I think I think if we go back to the Artifact Cup days, you always used to be like kind of unbeatable by everyone except for Sparrow, and he would just kind of beat you every time, and we never totally knew how. You have units lost though. Oh, you mean for like Homeworld 3 or what? Because we definitely don't have those tools in DOK. Oh, but at least we have replays at all, right, Roby? Ah, I see what you mean. You had more practice with people in EU and NA than you did against him who was in Korea, right? By the way, there was this guy on the BBI Discord server. I'm like barely commentating this game, I'm sorry. There was this guy on the BBI Discord server who was like, oh yeah, we have like this whole Korean scene, and I was like, what? What do you mean? And he was like, yeah, you know, like we have tournaments every now and then. I like looked it up, and it's all in Korean, you know, but I tried to look it up, and I think that there were like DOK tournaments being hosted like by Koreans. And I was like, what? Like, how long has this been a thing, you know what I mean? But he won't invite them over, like he doesn't want to or something, I don't know. Well, I already know 3 languages, or 4 languages, might as well grab a 5th, right? I hear the alphabet you can learn in like a day. Because it's just like, literally sent by the gods or something. Yeah, well I took it A-game. What's going on in this game, by the way? So it looks like God Hates Weebs, knowing that his opponent has got anti-air early, out so early, he's not really able to, yeah, he's not really able to leverage that gunship terribly well. Just kind of using it against armor units, which is not really how you want to do it. But Shrike, a little bit slow to expand there, I guess I would say. He's still kind of ahead here, but he shouldn't be, I feel. But he is getting his Sport Cruiser out. He'll be up onto 3 base in just in no time here. This Support Cruiser, by the way. No, that counts as like... That counts as like 1.5 if you speak English too. Yeah, seriously, I'm like, how much health does that have actually? 33. Poor Shrike, man. He keeps getting his opponent's units down to like 0 health and then they get away somehow. No, Dutch is just like messy German, you know what I mean? It's like if you took German and then just like said half the words English, you'd have Dutch already. So if you speak both of them, that doesn't even count. I actually have a friend who speaks Dutch, and when I talk with him, like I speak German to him and he speaks Dutch back to me, and we can understand each other. That's just like how we choose to talk. So the gunship got through. What is this? I'm not really sure how this happened. Well, I guess the anti-air just kind of stayed up in the front. He didn't need that, though. I guess he was just using it to kill salvagers, but these guys probably should have been back. This is kind of an expectable outcome, you know what I mean? Shrike gonna be even more triggered than he was from game 1. Gonna want a double split here, by the way, so grab that guy and pull him over there. Because you know he's the next target. Oh, he's out of ammo, it doesn't matter. And in fact, he did split them, to his credit. Gonna want to be targeting that guy. Yeah, he is. Jetpack actually literally doing more harm than good, but it's also rather expensive. But there's no defense here, so I mean, if this just goes on, it will die. You need to be pulling this one back, because God hates Weebs. This is definitely the right move there. But, oh gosh. Smoke it, smoke it, smoke it. Alright, he's gonna be okay. He's gonna be, oh my god. Oh. Oh, okay. Alright, we're good, we're good. We actually have Assault Cruisers out on the field, and we have Bomber Tech done. One of them's done, one's on the queue. This could be interesting, but there are rails out, so it's gonna be tricky for the Assault Cruisers to find their way in. Bomber's launching right now. It's invisible. Wow, nice. What it could do, because it can ignore the anti-air like decently well, you know what I mean? So it could come in, bomb out the railguns, and then just head out, right? Second bomber gonna launch, and that one could maybe kill all these guys. No, they've got armor too, so he probably wouldn't be able to. But it looks like that is gonna be what the bomber does, so stunk. Down goes one of those. Actually only killing one of them, which is a little sad. But these assault cruisers are actually dying here. Looks like, I think the bomber should come in first when you're gonna, oh, this is not good. How is he not getting shot at? Okay. Yeah, well, bombers are pretty tough cookies, you know? This one probably will die, though, if he chooses to derp. Yeah, he's gonna go down. The gunship is just like, yoink, that's my launch pad, man. Nice one. So the assault cruisers turned out to really not be very effective there. But the bombers are still kind of not like owning the field here, but they're not doing too bad, you know what I mean? Oh gosh, well this one might be. There's no support cruiser anti-air? Okay, so we're actually gonna get some salvager kills here now. Quite a few, I don't know exactly how many. This bomber's gonna have to get, now can it move down here? I think it can. So he's got an easy way back home, right? We're gonna start taking artillery apparently, as God hates Weebs. Here comes the bomber again, so it wants to go after the anti-air, right? Yep, there we go. But it didn't kill it. Ugh. Oh, it died too. Ugh. Ugh, here comes the gunship, but that's not gonna be good. A bomber? Another bomber just died. Oh no, he tried to dock from like that angle. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Yeah, no, it doesn't look like God hates Weebs' investments have really paid off, and he's probably just gonna die here now. Frankly, these missile batteries, I think, could actually do a lot of damage if they wanted to this carrier. Only one of them gets his mortar off, though, so not going to be the most effective thing. But the thing is, these railguns are just chunking this carrier, and I think he's probably going to have to die here now. He can kind of play around with the Dune to try and keep himself alive, which is a nice touch, but I don't think he can do it. These AVs actually are also going to kill... Okay, there we go, we have armor coming up. Ah, there we go. Sick maths. But yeah, God hates Weebs does go down to Mr. Nabal here. And that is going to be the game. Game 3 then, moving up onto the ace match. Didn't think we would have it, but we will. I think Shrike has kind of found it again. He was winning game 1, he did win game 2. I think he should be winning game 3. But I've often said this about Shrike. He's the player who's like up and coming into the top tier, but he still is inconsistent, you know what I mean? Like that's the thing that No Fun really has on him too, is that even if Shrike plays better than No Fun sometimes, and I think when they play, Shrike tends to win, I think. Yeah, he's not as consistent, you know what I mean? So you never know exactly what's gonna happen. It feels a little weird talking bad about people when they're watching the video that it does talking bad about them when they're actually watching you say it live, you know what I mean? I hope you don't mind what I'm saying here. Grandmaster throw. Well, I wouldn't call you Grandmaster, but you know. Still though, it definitely is something different to know that you're like top 10 in the world at something, isn't it, Shrike? We got 2 on RUs, baby. You know what that means. Probably going to be an AV rush then. Base runner retirement coming out too. What is it? What is it, Shrike? I want to know. And yeah, Roby, I think they do actually have like a rank for that, but no one's ever gotten there. The highest we've ever gotten is gold, I think. And I think only like one person ever did it. And that was back before the ladder reset, and now we've never gotten past silver. I still don't have my 50 wins. The 2 chevrons. We don't play auto match really. Which is a real shame. If auto match could be revived, that would be the way I think to get DOK working as a game. You know what I mean? But because when new people join the game, if they want to play multiplayer, they probably go on there. And if there were like 200 people online or something, you could, you know, reasonably get someone at your skill level, and then people would really be incentivized to keep playing it. But instead, there's like between 0 and 1. Oh yeah, it would definitely need to be reset. That's just a given. I was hoping we could do like an auto match revival after the Homeworld 3 announcement, but it didn't really go anywhere. Although one thing I will say, I'm going to be playing auto match on stream, so for the anniversary stream. There's no Protoss, so you're not keen on spamming. You can't cannon rush, right? So there's no reason to play. I guess that's like turret rushing, right? So it exists. Wait a second. Wait a second. I see what you mean, Shrike. You're just gonna outdo him at his own game. And actually, God Hates Weebs is backed off of the air rush this time. Oh yeah, look at that. Roby Fortigate. Well, that makes sense. You're a tournament organizer now, right? Did that go through, or did that still not work? Hold up, how is God Hates Weebs winning this? Didn't Shrike come down in high ground at the start? Something seems wrong there. Oh well. Okay, that's good, Roby. Actually, here's a question. What would you think if we changed all of the best of 3 series to be best of 5s? Slave driver fear. Did you like in my my screen video for the game against Big U when I looked at all my salvagers and I was like, hol mir das Geld ab, meine Sklaven. A Soul Cruiser fab immediately from God Hates Weebs here. Wow. I mean, we have a couple little scuffles going on in the middle, but the really important thing here is definitely got to be those Assault Cruisers. Shrike is going for gunships, and you know what I think about that. In fact, look, his name precludes him buying the gunships. This cannot be. By the way, Shrike, was the heart in response to the suggestion that we do best of 5s for all the best of 3s? Because I think it would be good. I think it would be a bit less coin flippy, but I don't know. Tell me what you think about it. Yeah? I think we should do it. I think we should do it. I agree to an extent, because people don't want to play tons of games for tournaments, but they do want to play several, you know what I mean? And I don't know if you noticed, but the group stage this time was only 1 week long, and people still made it. I've got this theory going that the less time people have to do something, the more likely they are to get it done. But then the less people are going to sign up for it. You know what I mean? So I think 1 week is probably the sweet spot, but yeah, well right now they're best of 3. I'm saying best of 5 for those, and then maybe we could even do best of 7 for finals, but best of 5 is probably okay for that too. Gunship is here, but God Hates Weebs proving to be much better at splitting salvagers than Shrike. Hate to say it, buddy. You know, Shrike, I think you're right, but I'm not sure exactly where to. Yeah, so like if it's like the grand finals of like generic.Korea tournament. More time to let people know. Okay, yeah, that could be true. Because for instance, Jaraci Cup 3 is probably already kind of coming up, but we haven't really advertised for it. But one of the reasons for that is because we don't have the patch done yet. So A-Game's still working on that. We need a lot more testing for it. Maybe we should just run another Karat Cup before we do JC3. Because A-Game has a lot of changes he's just recently made. Yeah, and this time it won't be done again, right, if we do it now. So yeah, we probably want to. Okay, tell you what then. How about we do another Kara Cup first, and then we do Jaraci Cup 4 after getting some extensive testing in. What do you think about that? God Hates Weebs, by the way, getting beaten to the punch at the expansion here. I know he got AV. Oh no, yeah, because he's going for like Assault Cruisers, right? He's probably got them on the queue then. Has he got anti-air for it? No. He's gonna get missile ships out. The thing is, on College Teeth, the assault cruiser is actually really well. There's air already, isn't there? That is true. What A Game saith. the sign up is quite obvious. Actually, there's an anti-air turret post going down, but you've probably heard me say my thoughts on this kind of thing. This is not good because you're going to lose it. These LAVs can overpower in the middle, and so that's an unsupported turret, and it will die. So, gunship is there again, but the missile battery's in position now, which is good. And it's not really getting micro, so that guy's got to die, right? Oh, you can't just talk. There's a turret. Clear that turret, man! We've got to save our gunship. Oh, they didn't see it. All right, well that's game over for this guy. Right? He didn't have vision! Oh, I forgot about that. Right, yeah, because anti-air turret posts have got like the worst vision in the game, so I forgot about that. Okay, yeah. He needed some unit to get the vision there. I would actually have sent the probe out there and see if you can find it. Because I think you probably could have. But assault cruiser is out. Doesn't really want to get scouted, but it may have just been. Do we have... Oh, well. 3,000 IQ plays, man. Actually, this is really bad. I'm just gonna call it. I think the reason is because the battle cruiser coming out here is gonna be too late. So the assault cruiser will get there, and he can't take rails unless he cancels this, which would be like really bitter. He's not gonna do that. So he's probably gonna just have to concede one of his bases, which is terrible. Ooh. Yeah, this isn't gonna be good. Gunship, of course, not gonna do anything against a assault cruiser, especially not if overcharge gets popped. Although I don't think that's even necessary. Ah, yeah, you're right. He's got strike fighters. Okay, I was thinking like he must have some unit that can deal with like heavies, right? But yeah, he does. Okay. But this thing actually taking a little bit longer to get there than I expected, so there's a bit more of a window there too. Now in no, in JC2 they did cost money. Okay. But we haven't seen God Hates Weebs fire the barrage yet, and that's what I really want to see from him. Is just get there, fire the barrage, then push in, and you could potentially kill like mega units. You know what I mean? So LAV's trying to make a push here, but they see the assault cruiser in there. They're like, ah, shoot. They wanted to come back for a second, but they see that they can't. Definitely wants to use that barrage though. Aha! Yes. Excellent. That thing just does like insane damage, as you can see. 3 salves go down already. It was a bit of a whiff, but I mean, Shrike pulled off. That's the reason. So, gunship getting launched, but that's not gonna matter. However, the assault cruiser probably ought to back away. I mean, he can probably get the kill, but he might be sacrificing himself. Oh, you know, he's actually looking okay here. He's looking okay here. In fact, this is so much worse than I expected. Wow, he can just kind of push through, can't he? And he's faster than battle cruisers, so he's gonna be able to charge through that as well. You know, you're probably right, Rover. You're probably right. Or you know what else he could do? Because he's actually going to die now that I look at it. But he could really quickly, yeah, do that exactly. Is pop the barrage on one of the logistics modules and kill that too. Wait a minute. Now that I think about it, those cost the same, so that doesn't really matter. Yeah, so I was surprised how much damage that gunship did there. But... uh-oh. LAV's coming in for a little bit of a backstep here, but they're having some trouble. These ones are doing a really good job holding off the third, though. I say as they start moving away from the third. But God Hates Weebs starting to get another... Shrike starting to get another support cruiser out. He's got 2 BCs on the queue or on the field. And they are not at all visible to his opponent, so... Yeah, I'd say it's worth it, Roby, because of the mining time loss, too, especially. And he actually got 6 salvagers. He got 3 from the first barrage and then 3 from just killing them. So yeah, I'd say that was a good trade for him. But the problem now is these... Oh, he's got artillery. Okay, you know what? This is going to be still tricky, I'd say, but this is a fight that God Hates Weebs can take. Not going to say he will, but he can. I noticed in some games against Discara, like a long time ago, something that's definitely kind of... like determined how I think about this particular matchup. Artillery is very good against battle cruisers because they can't dodge the indirect fire. So you're actually getting hit just by like 3 damage basically. Although it doesn't really matter much if you get killed. Smoke! Smoke! Smoker. Okay, there we go. I think this thing's gonna die though. The shot here from the missile battery didn't get fired at all actually. Oh, okay. He's probably alright. That was very close though. Oh gosh. Woo! That was very close. Gunship. Yeah, okay, this thing's dead. They're just like, I didn't sign up for this. Probes? What? You mean workers, or? Come on, Gunship, you can find your target. Yes! Yeah, he will actually kill that. And you can dock that guy. Where are they idle? Here? I think they were. Battlecruisers found their way in, though. Yeah, no, he already mentioned that. Maybe you were gone for that. Yeah, I saw that earlier, actually, but I thought he had reassigned them already. Sport Cruiser are definitely going to go down here, though. Just one more volley will solidify that one. What? There we go. Now it'll die. And this assault cruiser here getting really aggressive. He can't really do that. If that artillery cruiser was out, this would be great for God 8 Weebs, but he does not have it. Smoke would be good here. Oh, a little bit too late. That definitely could have been a saved assault cruiser, though. And these BCs just gonna charge through like they just don't even care. Battlecruisers is so cool, man. I mean, just your opponent just can't deal with this, you know? It's just like, yeah, you're dead now. Very effective unit when it's used properly. This AAV got the kill. Are you kidding? Dan, what a freaking killer. You don't want to fight with Dan, dude. No, Dan, get out of there! It's not safe! Dan, no! Oh, Dan. He was so young. And this guy just killed something big, Jim. What's with all this veterancy? But Lieutenant Dan, you don't got no wheels. I know that. Splendid. Well, the battle cruisers were incredibly effective there. Looks like God Hates Weebs definitely broke. Oh no, Jim! Oh, Jim! Oh, the humanity! People dying left and right. Once I become attached to them, they die. It's horrible. Oh. Oh. Very brutal, it came very brutal. Just things dying left and right, man. They're just like, just tearing each other up. Oh, jeez. It's like the only things that have happened in these games have been like hundreds of units dying. Well, not unit, that's not true. Have just been like huge units dying over and over again. Well, yeah, Rob, that's the thing that I was saying from the beginning of the series, actually, is that the gunship is way better, or sorry, the strike fighter is way better than the gunship for everything that it's being used for in the series, which is really funny. But these two players just refuse to let go of it. More in particular, I mean, God, it's Weebs refuses to let go of it, but Shrike here gonna adopt his ways for one game just for fun. True, true. There's definitely the meme factor there. I mean, it has a psychological impact on your opponent, so I can't argue with that. No, man, the gunship is so cool. It's like, you know. Yes, you're right, A-Game. It's because he still doesn't have another carrier production line, so he's making double BC, but like off of 3 base you float a lot when you're making battle cruisers because their build time is so big. He just canceled them, actually. Do you see that? I think he's gonna go double bomber now. The thing is, the thing that Shrike really needs to do is he needs to get base runners, right? Because you need to start looking at like close the game options here. And like you're not closing it here, you know what I mean? Like you're having a lot of trouble. So yeah, like the artifacts would be a really good way to do it. Get a whole bunch of carrier power out of that, maybe get like another support cruiser, you know, and then you're gonna be golden. BC's popping in here, they're gonna hit for some serious damage against this carrier press, even with high ground too. Oh man, yeah, that's a lot of damage. Looks like we have triple bomber launch or double bomber launching as well. Even the gunship getting involved in this, although I can't see exactly how much he's gonna do. But Power gets put into armor in a very opportune time here. Ouch. Gib mir Quatsch. Du kannst dir sogar nicht schreiben, Mann. Oh, yeah, you're right, actually. I forgot. No, the copy-paste tool is not OP. You have to know how to write the words first. You forgot your kfe. Or whatever they call it. But no, Shrike is right, actually. He can't escape because the map is College Teeth, so he can't get out. Kablooey. Battle cruisers don't even become officer for killing a carrier. That's hilarious. And that is going to be the game. And indeed, also the series. Shrike does take it 2-1. If you look at his XP, see that? Oh, did the bomber get officer? Oh, maybe he did. No, I think it was this guy, because otherwise I don't see where this XP came from. I don't know. Good question, I guess. We'll never know, because I don't have the time to watch through this again. They shared the kill. They shared the spoils. But yeah, that is going to be Shrike taking the game 2-1. Not unexpected he would win, but I didn't think God Hates Weebs would take game 1. But I really didn't think he would after the way it was going. That was a hilarious game. I hope you guys enjoyed that. That's all I've got time for tonight. But I'll see you guys next time.